Hi, Brian. This is Katie. Um, so far, you're the only one in. We're waiting for the sign-up sheet to populate so that I can invite more people in. This is going to be talking about how to create augmented reality. So if you have questions, Brian, while we're waiting, please feel free to ask them. For those that will be joining us soon, my name is Katie Ann Wilson. I teach tech skills or 21st century skills to middle school and staff, middle school students and staff. First session, it was only me for a little bit, and then Mary joined in, so hopefully it's going to be a couple more people. I see that Brian is on. Nice to talk with you, Brian. I'm waiting on the list to populate so that I can start inviting more people. Okay, the session 2 signups have just been posted, so as soon as I see people fill out to be in the session, I will add you. I'm actually sitting on my back patio. It's noisy inside with 3 kids, a husband, and a dog. We do have a walking path that goes behind our house, and people have been staring at me as I'm talking to my computer, but that's okay. I'd rather be out here where it's nice and cool in the middle of July or at the beginning of July in Kansas than inside with kids trying to get on camera and yelling and screaming. And hopefully the wind won't pick up and aggravate the mic. Technology is wonderful when it works, so hopefully this will all work out and we'll have several people in asking questions. If you have questions, Brian, on creating augmented reality, go ahead and type them in while we're waiting for people to sign up for this session. Chris is tweeting that she signed up, but I'm not seeing her name, so let me see if I can't invite her the old-fashioned way. Let's see, Chris. Come on, technology, work for me. Please be patient with me while we try to get all these little things to work. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's not right. Okay, I'm getting some names. So Carrie should be joining us, and Christina should be joining us shortly, hopefully. I do this right. You should be getting invites, so hopefully they're watching and are getting their invite. And there's Lois. Hopefully, Lois, you will get your invite. Check your... Hopefully they check their email. Make sure there's no other new names. Let's see. Hi, Maggie. Awesome. I see that you're here. I sent out just some invites to people that signed up, so hopefully they'll be joining us very quickly so we can get started. This is a session on creating augmented reality. So if that's the session you wanted to be in, you're in the right place. Hopefully I see that we have 3 people online. Make sure that if you can't hear me or can't see me, let me know. Awesome, I see 4 people. Let me double check the list, make sure I've got everybody that's signed on. Hi, Lois. I see that you've made it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and when people start hopping on, we'll just catch them up. For those that are joining, my name is Katie Ann. I am a teacher over in Kansas, a small little town. I teach middle school students and staff members technology skills, 21st century skills, and I'm very interested in creating augmented reality. I've been doing it for over a year. I've tried several different creators. There are creators such as Layer. Dockery now has one, which is called Dockery 4D Studio, and of course there's Erasmus. I've chosen not to use Erasmus because I've had issues with it, issues with creating the that you have to follow people, issues that, you know, if you create something on the iPad, only that iPad can see it. So I've gone to Layer, and next week I will be doing a workshop teaching people how to create augmented reality. I have created a group in Edmodo, and I will tweet that group out so that you can join. It is a place where I will share resources, and that's also a place where we can connect and share and get ideas and get help in creating these augmented realities. If you have questions or if you want to hop on, please feel free to ask questions while we are talking about augmented reality. The first session I was talking by myself there for a little bit, so I'm kind of happy to see that there are some viewers watching right now. If you are going to join the Hangout, please let me know. And if you have questions, I will answer them as best as I can. I tried doing a screen share in the last session, and my computer did not like it. Christina, did you accept the email for the Hangout? It should have went to you. If not, I can send it out again. I've shown Christina that you haven't replied yet, so that not for sure why you don't see it. I can try one more time. There you are. How are you, Chris?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so glad somebody joined me.
Well, it was weird because I got the email, but there wasn't any way to join from the email. And with session one, my computer actually rang like I was getting a phone call. And then I
Huh.
just saw on the bottom of my screen, I got a join this. So that's all right. Figured it out.
That's good. Problem solving.
Yeah. So maybe there's some others who are out there who are watching who want to participate too.
Yeah, hopefully I will resend that. I've had issues with session one, and it was just weird. So we'll see. Have you used augmented reality in your classroom before?
I'm getting a weird feedback thing. Hang on. I'm hearing my what I said just a few minutes ago. So I don't know. Weird. Weird. Weird, weird, weird.
Yeah, I've had lots of weird issues. If I'm outside, so hopefully the wind isn't blowing through the mic.
Okay.
I'm gonna just ask. I see that we have 5 viewers, so I'm just gonna ask.
Yep.
Has anybody created augmented reality before? And if so, if in the questions and answers, if you can reply to that question. So I don't have too many windows open.
Yep. I actually had this video chat open because I was watching it live. So that's where I was having the problem with my email. So I was watching it while participating in it. I've used Erasma just to play a little bit with augmented reality, but I haven't done anything with students. What I would love to do is do like a scavenger hunt for our open house in August, where every room number is has an aura, and then it links to a video that the teachers create. But I need quick ways to get that video chat open to staff.
Hi, Lois. Sorry, we got people popping in.
Yep.
With Erasma, I had issues with it, so I quit using Erasma.
So what do you use?
I've been using Layer, but I'm going to think of switching over to Dockery 4D Studio. It is new. It's easier because you don't have to follow a channel and you don't have to, share an account. That's why I'm going to switch over. I just had issues with my network and just issues just totally with Erasmus.
Is it free?
You, as an educator, you can request an account, and I am creating a Edmodo account or Edmodo group, and I am doing workshops on creating augmented reality, and I'll tweet out that group so that you guys can join it. And all those resources that I teach in the workshop will be posted in there, and we can use that group as a back channel. And you can ask for help, and also post, questions or ideas in that group. Yep. And I have people tweeting me, so I'll go ahead and let you talk about some more about your scanning. Lois, if you wanted to chime in, please do so. Some other ideas that you guys might have of using and creating augmented reality.
Well, I would have to think about the different apps and tools that are available. Our district is just now going to a one-to-one iPad initiative. So this summer, all teachers are getting iPads. And so I thought if there was a way to, just a quick way to teach, to use it. I showed someone a few weeks ago, a teacher, she's been in the classroom for 40-something years, and I showed her how cool AR can be, and she started to play with it. And she figured it out, but it was kind of a trial and error thing, and I could tell she was getting a little frustrated. So to do that for a large staff is something that I'm interested in. And different uses. How would you use it? Why would you use it in the classroom?
I shared in the first session how we created, because with augmented reality, you can turn anything into a trigger. So I've turned my walls into triggers, and I do a global project, and I have this map with the sign and stuff for the project. And when you scan that part of the wall, it gives you an interactive map so that the kids can interact and see where the schools are that are participating in the project. I've also done where we do stand up against bullying or cyberbullying, and we decorated the wall, and it has letters, you know, with our logo on, or with our saying on it, and shoes.
And then it links to a video.
Oh, we got some feedback.
But I need quick ways to get that video.
Boy, I hear you twice.
Lois. Sorry.
Wow, that's delayed.
With Erasmus, I had issues with it. So
I wonder if somebody
Celeste,
has.
Do you by any chance have this video open in a different tab?
I do not. I've closed all my tabs.
Okay, I was wondering if maybe Celeste might, since it's started.
Wait.
Okay. Because you don't have to follow a channel.
I have no idea. I have so many tabs open right now. It's crazy.
Were you watching before you joined?
Oh yes, I was, because I was trying to get in.
I did the same thing. I did the same thing.
That was me.
Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, my wall. We had a logo up, and then we did. Have you heard of Color Mix, where that has the color pages, and when you scan them, they become augmented? We used the shoe from that. And my kids colored, because I have middle school students, and trying to get them to color and be engaged is quite hard sometimes. So I used that shoe, and I didn't tell them what it did, and they colored it. And I said, this is going to be our symbol for standing up against bullying. And when they scanned it, the shoe danced. So I recorded my kids holding up their shoes, and I made like a video or a slideshow. And when they scanned the wall itself, it gave them a message of ways to stop bullying and ways to report it, or if it's happening to you. And then if they scan individual letters or the shoes that were posted on the wall, then they got different things, different messages, different videos, resources, places that they could go to get help. So this entire wall was augmented if you did the wall itself, and then if you went inside closer, you got more messages. So you could literally turn anything into a trigger, and have all different messages or interactive things. So that's some of the things that I've done.
And you use Daiquiri to do that?
I use Layer to do that.
Layer?
Daiquiri, yeah, Layer, LAYAR .com. That is the one that I use because you didn't have to follow a channel, you didn't have to go find me, you just scanned it. And we are one-to-one iPads with our 7th and 8th graders, so it was just really nice that they could go up at their own leisure, scan the wall or scan the letters or scan the shoes and interact with it. And it, you know, kept the message alive about standing up against bullying all school year. Even before I even took it down, kids were still scanning it just to, you know, interact with it.
Sweet.
And Celeste, have you used augmented reality before?
Absolutely not. I am completely lost. I'm new to it. I don't even know what y'all are saying.
That's great.
I don't understand it at all.
Do you know
I'm trying to learn it.
Do you know what QR codes are?
Yes.
Okay, the same kind of concept, but you could turn anything into a trigger, like the little boxes for a QR code. That's
right.
A trigger. You could turn a drawing, so if a kid drew something, you could scan it, make it digital, and it'll become a trigger, and you can upload that into the creator. And with augmented reality, you can add more than one piece to your triggers. You can add videos, you can add websites, you can add pictures, you can add music, anything that is digital you can add, and you can have more than one. With a QR code, you can only have one. With augmented reality, you can have multiple things. What I have done with my kids, their assignment is they will hold up a blank piece of paper, and we'll take a picture of them holding this blank piece of paper. Then they have a research project that they have to do, and they have to make a presentation. They have to make a digital poster. They have to, find resources for whatever our topic is that we're researching, and they put it all together on in the Creator. And when they scan their picture holding this blank sign, their presentation, the websites, their resources, everything that they did for this project will appear on top of their picture, and it looks like they're holding their presentation. So, and it's interactive, and the kids can, flip through the presentation on their iPads and go to the different resources that they put on the trigger.
And you have that written down somewhere, right? You have that something that you can share with us, like right now, because that sounds really cool.
Awesome. I'm glad you like that. I will put everything into that group in Edmodo, and you can join that group, and you can get some the stuff that I have. The workshop, I'm doing it next week, and I'm still building the group, so you'll need to check back quite often. But yeah, I can put those ideas in there. And
how do we find you on Edmodo?
Did you give us an Edmodo code?
I'll tweet it out. Okay. Say that again, Celeste.
Oh, I was wondering. Did you already give out the Edmodo code to join?
Yes, I did. I can do it again.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, let's see. Brian, he has a question, or he has made AR for it looks like a computer hunt. That sounds kind of cool. Can you explain, Brian, what you did? Let me see what else he had. What else is up here? He has also made his word wall augmented reality. So I guess when you scan each word, he has stuff to go with it. That's kind of cool. I like that idea.
That's a great idea.
Did I explain augmented reality, Celeste? Do you kind of get an idea what it is?
Yes. Yeah, once you related it to the QR code, it made more sense.
Oh, good. Do you have any questions?
Just when you first kind of started it in the classroom with the kids, how did you manage it all? What is it? Is it something that they do every once in a while? Is it something that they freely do now that they've finally got the hang of it? Like, how do you kind of manage that piece with the kids in the class?
The creating part, and I just noticed my name is backwards. That's funny. The creating part we do every once in a while, but I have a file 3-ring binder with a whole bunch of triggers that are already made, such as the color or color mix ones and the daiquiri ones. And when the kids have free time, they can interact with those. They can go up and get a trigger, and a lot of them laminate them when they're done coloring them because they want to keep them, and they take them home and they download, because the apps are free, they download the apps on their home iPads or home tablets or smartphones, and they've been continuing using augmented reality at home. So
what's the actual app for that
there are different apps for different things, and I have all those listed in the Edmodo group.
Okay.
There's tons, and there will be more because this is so new but so on fire that people are creating these apps and tools to use in the classroom. Like Daiquiri just came out with their studio so that you can create your own. They have you seen those wooden blocks for the elements? When you scan each face of the wooden block, it gives you the element. Like you can actually hold the element in your hand.
Cool.
I have those blocks. I have the paper versions too, which are in that group. Color Mix does coloring sheets. Colorville also does coloring sheets, and they are a new company, I think, out of Greenland. And I have all of that saved into that Edmodo group. So you can print those triggers that are already made and play with those and get familiar with augmented reality. And then when you're ready to create your own, you can reach out and we'll help you in the group, or I will help you.
Okay, that's cool. Sounds really cool. I'm really interested in adding that to what we're doing in the classroom. It sounds like something the kids would love to do for sure.
Are there any other questions? I hate to be the only one taking up all the time talking.
Well, I think it sounds like you're the expert, so.
Right.
Oh, I like to think I am.
Do the kids, would this be kind of like a lesson extension or a lesson opener? Like, or how do you use this in conjunction with a lesson? Because I know definitely that's what my administrator would be looking for. I would love for them to probably explore it at first, just trying some different things. But I know, reality is they always want it tied to the lesson, to the standard. So, kind of, how did you do that?
With the ones that were already made, the coloring pages type ones that are already made, I use that as an introduction to capture the kids to whatever we were doing, like the cyberbullying. I did the shoe and they colored it. The science teacher took the paper cubes that I had, and she used that as reinforcement because they were studying the elements, and it had 36 different elements that you could scan and have, so that was an enhancement to the lesson so that the kids could see what the element actually looked like, see the atomic weight, interact with it. She also was going to, using Layer, have them create the table for science, and each element has its own square and on the table, and each kid got a square, and they had to reproduce the square, and then they the goal is to augment it so that they had a video of the element, they had a website, resources, a presentation, and all that was, when they scanned their square, all that came up. So then that became their presentation, so they had to tell about their element, and then the other people could ask some questions. So the listening and the speaking part of Common Core was tied into her presentation part.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah, you could do listening, speaking, you could do the writing. I mean, if they have to make a presentation or do a video and then tie it, or if you do both and tie it to the one trigger, yeah, you've got all those standards.
I know a teacher who does book trailers.
So it would be awesome with the
students do, and then the trigger is the cover of the book. So you could go to Barnes & Noble and, look at the cover of the same book they're reading in school, and it will still act as a trigger. And then it goes to like an iMovie book trailer. So that's, a way to tie it in, too.
So, yeah, you can tie it in any way. You just maybe have to be creative on the wording. You have to type it up in lesson plan. Any other questions?
How much time did you take to learn all of this, and what works best and which apps are the best? How long have you been working with AR?
That is so funny. When I started AR, I went to a conference in Kansas, and the keynote presenter just mentioned that they did this art show, and when they scanned the picture of the art, the video of the student explaining their art came up, and that's all he said. So I turned around, ran home, and I dove into my computer trying to figure out as much as I could about augmented reality. And in about a week, that's when I found Erasmus, that's when I found Layer, and I started comparing the two, trying to see which one would work for me, which one would be the easiest to teach people how to do it, teach my kids how to do it without, a lot of guidance. So it took me about a week to really get in and start creating. If you can copy and paste and drag and drop, you can use Layer, and you can use Dockery.
Okay.
I mean, that's how easy it is.
How long do you give the kids to complete one of their projects? About the time frame of what it is that they're supposed to do?
Depending on how much I want on it. Like if it's just a simple presentation and then they have to have a website, I give them a week. If they're going to do multiple things, like they have to do a recording, they have to do a voice thread, they have to, just depending how much I want on that trigger, depends on the length of time I give them. So like this year, our topic is going to be a famous person that they have to research. So I'm going to want a video, I'm going to want a presentation, I'm going to want maybe a voice thread to go with that, I'm going to want some resources, maybe some pictures, and all that will be on one trigger. So when I scan it, I'll get all that information at once, and then they do their verbal presentation about it. So I may give them maybe 3 weeks to do that, depending. That's including the research and putting it all together.
Cool.
And I see the kids every day for that.
So I have a question for you. When I've seen it done, the trigger just triggers a video or a song or one thing. If one trigger opens a video and a picture, and how do you do that? How do you move from one media piece to another with one trigger?
Make sure your trigger's big, and
Okay.
then you can size your different, like the video could be a little square in the corner, and then your website could be a button at the bottom, and then, you know, add your slideshow over on the other side, and then when you click on it, it opens up.
So it's like ThingLink. The app
Yes, like
ThingLink.
ThinkLink. Yeah, just like
Oh, like that. Okay.
But
Oh,
you
that makes
actually
sense.
see the little video. With videos, you can either play them, embed them, and they'll play on top of the thing, or you can click on them and play them. Slideshows are kind of the same way. Websites are buttons, so if you click on the different buttons, it'll take you to wherever you link the button to. What Dacry has done, though, they went one step further in their studio. They've made chapters. So they have one trigger thing, and say you're doing a book review or a book trailer, you could scan the book thing, and then you could have different buttons, so you can maybe have questions, and it'll take you to another part of the chapter, so it kind of reads like a story. You could have buttons that'll take you to a video. It'll take, I mean, you can be as creative as you want with these and be as interactive as you want.
Nice.
It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. Wow.
Any other questions before? I know we started a little late, so we'll go a little longer. If you have questions, please feel free to either type them in the question, because we do have some viewers, or ask the ladies that are on. Let's see.
Katie, what you probably already said this, but what age range are you doing these with?
I'm doing with middle school, so it is 12 to 15-year-olds.
Okay.
But I have a kindergarten teacher creating book trailers using these tools. So she's controlling the device, and the kids are doing the video, recording their video or whatnot. But she's, got help. And so when they scan their book, you get that kindergartner telling you all about it. So all ages can do this.
Okay. What technology would a teacher need to pull this off? What would be some tools that they would have to definitely have to be able to do this?
You would want to make sure that you have something to record, like an iPad. If you're doing recordings, you want to have a stand to put it on so that it's not moving. If you're doing pictures, have a digital camera or use your iPad. Or smartphone. If you are scanning something, you can also use your smartphone or iPad or get a scanner. You just have to make it digital. As long as you make it digital, you can create anything as a trigger, and then whatever tools that you're using. If you're doing like presentations, you want to embed presentations, do online presentations like Prezi, or Google presentations, so that they're already online, and when you scan the trigger, it'll automatically go there, and you don't have to upload it. If you're doing pictures, you'll want to upload those to your trigger creator part. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, and I have some questions here. Jennifer wanted to know the name of the new AR that I plan on using, and that's Dacry 4D Studio. and you can get and I'll have these resources in my Edmodo group, and I'll tweet them out, but you can request an education login, and I mean, it's free, and it's pretty cool. Let's see, Brian has done triggers of historical people. So that would be a great project if you're doing people have their picture and then you have your presentations, videos, or whatever you're going to use with that. That's a great idea, Brian. He's also has a Symbaloo page with AR resources. Brian, could you tweet that out, and I will tweet it out as well and also put it in my group if that's okay. Let's see, make sure I'm getting all these questions answered. I think that's it. I guess last call for questions before I end it, so we could do the Edu Slam or whatever it is that's after this.
Oh, you've given me a lot of things to think about. So, Katie, I really appreciate you sharing your expertise.
Well, thank you for coming. I really appreciate people to talk to this time.
Great. Well, I'll be looking forward to the Edmodo group code. I'll go in and look you up, Katie, in Edmodo.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay,
and you'll send it with the hashtag edcampHOME, right?
Right. I'll have the correct hashtag on it.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I'm going to sign off for now.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.